The clustering she proposed basically puts together the bidons, nutritionists, and the cadres following a geographic division. So this required some initial convincing of people to get together and detailed planning, but it's now a well-executed program, a well-run program. Dr. Rika proposed a life cycle approach, tracking pregnant women and following them for the first couple of years, them and their newborns, with the same cluster, within the same cluster. And within that cluster they did all the maternal health and the nutrition interventions, the counseling, the growth promotion, all the basic health services, etc. So the tracking turned out to be key and even allowed one child to be rescued because this child was in one cluster, but the family moved a lot. The child moved to another cluster and suffered from severe growth faltering, but the clusters were able to pick it up in the new cluster and share all the information, and the child kept being followed. So that was a very nice example of how this cluster and the tracking made it easier for mothers to know who to contact and also to keep track of everybody. So the clustering also allowed empowerment of the cadres. The cadres under Dr. Rika had asked to be given more information, to get more training. They wanted to do much better their growth promotion services, and by putting them together in the clusters and making sure that they were doing much more work together, they learned on the job and they reported back being very, very pleased with that. Another innovation that Dr. Rika put in place was that to help soften the budget cuts that were put on them. She went look for support outside of the box, not with the public budget, but she went to the private sector. And she got a very enthusiastic response from several companies in her area that are now sponsoring several Posyandu with equipment, seed money for equipment for cooking demonstrations, food supplies, and the one we visited also made the venue available for the clusters to come and do all their trainings and meetings and counseling and Posyandu, etc. So it was a very nice example to see of a public-private partnership in this area. The next story is in Surabaya, and I'm happy you just came, Ravi. Rumpi Sehat and counseling. Rumpi literally means informal chatting. Tell me secrets. In Surabaya,
It's not informal chatting, it's gossiping.
it's gossiping. Exactly.
To be more precise.
To be more precise. Gossiping. So in Surabaya, they use Rumpi, gossiping, to communicate about health and nutrition in a fun, provocative manner. They use the MO demo, which is the approach, using real-life emotional drivers such as shock, embarrassment, surprise, to change behavior. And they see that it works. So instead of me trying to explain what it is, what they do, let us show you two examples.